Hi, this is my Tipo C 8C35, another one of Jarno's masterpieces. These cars started off with 3.8 liters, but in 1937 this engine was bought and stroked by the great Fred Offenhauser. And in honor of that and the fact that this engine ran in many Indy races in the capable hands of Rex Mays, I've left it at 3 liters. This was Alfa Romeo's first attempt at independent front and rear suspension. Frankly, they didn't have a clue. The car handled so badly that for the first time and last in his entire career, Nuvolari refused to drive this car. He said, "It's going to kill me." And this is how this is the car we try to drive today. So it's a lot of work, but I love it dearly. I have a few other vintage cars that you might like to hear about. My pride and joy currently is the 15-S8 Delage, built in 1926. In 1927, that car became the world champion winning car, and Benoit, its brave Pilote, was of course the world champion and was awarded the Legion of Honor. This is a fascinating car, the Delage. I'll be presenting it on the 11th of October at the Black Hawk Museum. In 1926, it had a red line of 8,000 RPM. It's a magical design. Louis Delage said, "Build me the best car in the world, it must win," to young engineer and designer Albert Lorry. And Albert Lorry did just that, and it just about bankrupted Louis Delage. The car went on to be most famous because Ramponi convinced Richard Seaman to acquire this now 10-year-old car and run it as a voiturette. Previously it had run as a Formula One car. And amazingly enough, with only a slight amount of work from Ramponi, Seaman drove the car. He won race after race after race, got spotted by Mercedes-Benz, and became the first British works driver for Mercedes-Benz.
Since the Revs has one also, is it the same as your car?
Yes, let me talk about it. So this, in fact, is only one of 2 cars, 15-S8s, that are currently running. They only built 4 in the first place. The most perfect version of the 15-S-8 is owned by the Revs Institute. It's the correct color, the correct engine configuration, the correct original mechanical brakes, whereas my car, when modified by Ramponi, changed somewhat. Nevertheless, my car still has the same chassis, suspension, and engine, and so on and so forth. So there are 2 cars in the entire car running. I remember the Revs Institute car, which is in a beautiful pastel blue, French racing blue, demonstrated itself, if you will, here at Limerock a few years ago, and it was just magical listening to that engine zipping up. Another car that I have, going back to Alfas, I love Alfas. I have a Tipo BP3. That's the famous car with the divided prop shaft axle, and that's the car that Nuvolari won the very famous race at the Nürburgring with, when he beat the German cars, and in the process they did not have the Italian anthem, but Nuvolari famously had one in his briefcase, so the Italian national anthem was played. And that's a great car. It's a car I've known forever. I also have a Monza. The racing Alfa that came before the Tipo BP3 was the Monza. And that's a wonderful 2-seater, also Jarno designed, and the winner of many Targa Florias, Mille Miglias, Monacos, and so on and so forth. So I have many other cars I could tell you all about, but that's probably it.